Bernal. Venus, season 69 of the UAAP has been like a roller coaster ride para sa Lady Tigresses. At the start of the season, you were dominating, and then after that, 2 losses to FEU, a loss to Adamson, but you were coming from a very convincing win against Adamson. So how, kumusta ang confidence level ng team?
Mataas ang moral ng UST ngayon dahil nga nitong last game lang natalo namin ng Adamson at straight set pa. So marami rin nakapagsabi na parang napakaganda yung nilaro namin.
True enough, a lot of people have been saying na napaka-convincing ng pagkapanalo ninyo. But in your 2 losses to FEU, ano sa tingin mo yung mga lessons na natutunan ninyo?
Lessons, wag masyado maging overconfident since natalo nga namin sila nung first round, diba? So feeling namin siguro ganun-ganun na lang din ulit. Kaya nag-relax, ayun, natalo. Kailangan namin bumawi sa mga blockings, yung mga specialties na kailangan na maayos para hindi na maulit yung pagkatalo natin.
So pagdating na nga dito sa Game 1 here in the finals, back to 0, kumbaga lahat ng mga losses and wins, it doesn't matter anymore. So what do you think, sino sa mga players ng FEU ang kailangan yung bantayan today?
Si Dakis and si Mana siguro.
So let's see, I think it's gonna be focus, confidence level, and less errors yan ang magdadala ng panalo sa UST here in Game 1. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Jean. And here's the huddle of the UST Lady Tigresses. And well, I won't put you in a spot and ask you what your predictions are, but if you think as far as confidence level is that we're going to the coaches, I have to admit I was the one who did talk to the coaches before the start of the ball game, if only to find out what preparations they had as far as their key players: Manalo, Semana, Dakis, Morada, Cafranca, and Astorga for FEU, Bernal, Balsetan, Mabayad, and Torrijos, and Tabaquero. We did ask Coach Ogot Santa Maria, and he said he was the first to be able to do a pickup game with PCU, and they defeated PCU in 4 sets. But he also said FEU wanted a pickup game pero naunahan nila. So who has the advantage now? Masasabi natin, kumbaga nauna sa first finals berth ang FEU, pero bug naman sa ensayo ang UST. As to how that will translate in this ball game, and this is the big dance for the Women's Championship in Season 69 volleyball, we have yet to see. And the first serve will be given out, and that's an important first deep breath for this final series.
That's true.
And your player, Morada, just hit one but a bit long. Maybe it's nerves here in the first set.
Well, first points, mga konting jitters pa lang yan. But, again, as we mentioned earlier, I'm sure that both these teams came in the Blue Eagle Gym prepared for today's game.
Whenever they do a stare down at the net, you can see that it's a taller blocking lineup for UST, but that has always been negated by the excellent attacking game of FEU, but that time they were blocked and the ball returned inside their 9x9 enclosure.
Take a look at that once again. Good block coverage from UST. Nakita mo dati medyo nakaliyad na yung blockers ng UST, but just the right spacing from the net to actually cover the ball.
And the blocking efficiency sort of reminds me of the way the UP teams really go for the blocks, and the center blocker plays a key role. Tabaquero with a dig. Tan to Bernal. Bernal is blocked. There was a double block by Semana and Morada, but Morada hits it. And then Balse, Tan, Bernal once again. And it's well done. Morada and Semana were chasing for that one. And look at this. Mabayad was unaware. And Tan even started pulling her out of where she was. 2-0 is the score. We did tell you, make that 2-1. We did tell you, come over to the Blue Eagle Gym if you want, let's put it mildly, an exciting game of volleyball.
Very exciting game. Mamaya, don't be shocked if I'll be shouting dito sa gilid or to cheer dun sa mga players.
And Balse with the dig. Tan to Mabayad. Mabayad did not make up for the earlier miscue, and that makes it 2-2 for FEU, and for UST, it's a tied ball game. Well, maganda na rin yung medyo maagang nagkakahilahan, ano? Kasi it sort of wakes you up and to tell you, teka muna, relax lang tayo.
Well, you can see that both these teams are starting the game with, makikita mo may pressure sa parehong koponan. So, pareho silang nag-commit ng errors. We've seen service error or meron dyan yung mga attack errors. But I'm sure that well, as we go along, babawi yan isa-isa.
And then, still, the pressure has been getting to Mabayad. And Mabayad will be replaced by another Balse. I noticed that liberos have a special warm-up. And it's a one-on-one thing with one coach.
Yes, that's true. And even in training, no, when they train, may special training din ng mga libero.
The left-hander, Torrijos, gets it back to her side of the woods. Balse has to backtrack for that one. That's easy over. Yun, that's called a gut reaction because Bernal just gave it back. Look at Semana, handing it in the middle. And this will be an easy over. Tosser to tosser. Astorga, that was a very brave, quick set. Easy over by the libero. A little tight, but this is a back set. It goes wide, favoring UST.
I'd like to note that most of the points that both these teams are getting right now are coming off from the errors of the opponent. So we haven't seen much of those plays na talagang atake ang pumupuntos for the team.
So maybe let's offer this first set to Nerves. After for FEU maybe almost a whole week of just waiting in the wings knowing that UST is going to be here with maybe a good measure of confidence, especially now knowing that information that PCU they played against and they won over them. And somehow, medyo mayabang si Ogut na nakuha niya yung game and they were able to win that one. Oh, that will be long. That will be long.
And the touch was called. Lucky for the FEU Lady Tamaraws.
That makes it a 1-point ball game. It's 4-5 right now. This is Mary Ann Manalo.
One of their key players in the FEU squad.
You do wonder when they give it to Mary Ann Manalo every time that usually would favor Dakis, but Manalo can also deliver the goods in spiking for FEU.
That's true, that's true. Actually, what's good about FEU is that they have their key players, but every time you give the ball to another team member, they make sure that they deliver and they convert it into a point.
I have to agree with that because I've seen Semana do double time work, not only as a setter but also an attacker. And we've seen Abanto make good decisions. In fact, some very good decisions in that first win against UST to make it to break the winning spell of UST. Once again, Mary Ann Manalo for the serve. 6 serving 5. That's correct. Tan will give it to a back set. Well, she's doing some risky moves right now. Against Adamson University, Tan is just giving open sets most of the time. And there was a 4-touch call on the part of FEU that will even things out right now at 6-6. And Mabayad, with 2 errors earlier on, goes in but is pulled out because the libero Balse has to come back. Good thinking by Tan. Si Tan ang humila. Otherwise, they'd be called for a 7-man violation, 7-lady violation inside the hardcourt. Of the blockers, well, I have to ask you, Ann, kasi key there was Balse. She was a center blocker. It was a cross-court hit. And was there good recognition on the part of FEU to slap that against the blocks?
Yes, well, they know that they're now up against really tall blockers from UST and the only way to go is kung ang bola nila ililihis sa kamay ng mga blockers.
That's what exactly happened. The ball went our way wide and the point scored for FEU, leading by 1. Dig set to Tabaquero from Tan. High dig, covered by Alemania. Easy over. Semana. Torrijos, Tan, Balse, Astorga, a quick 2-touch setup. And there you go. That was well read by the libero from the other side, Alemania. Differential. No one to block and the back line could not adjust.
What would really help FEU right now is we know that
Finals series game should be Dakis against the blocks.
so you notice now Rachel Andax is really going for the hands of the blocker.
And right now, FEU at 8 and 7. We have a technical timeout here.